Imagine everybody in Richmond, imagine the entire General Assembly was a bunch of Lee Carters, and they all voted against this thing. Would Amazon, what's the danger there? Would Amazon change its mind and say, we're going to move to New York or Texas or something? Do you think there is a danger that if Virginia went back on this promise of this $550 million, that Amazon might decide it want to move somewhere else?
First of all, no, because the reason that they decided on Arlington is not because of the workforce; it's because their number one customer is the Pentagon. So Arlington, realistically, their number one group of folks that they're catering to is the Pentagon. Number two is Wall Street, and go figure, they ended up in Arlington in New York. Who would have guessed? Now, even if they did decide to go elsewhere, though, I'm not convinced that's a negative, because we've heard a lot about statistics of Crystal City's vacancy rate, and we're going to get $6 for every dollar we put in, but we don't represent, as elected officials, we don't represent a balance sheet, and we don't represent a corporate real estate vacancy rate. What we represent are, each of us in the General Assembly, 85,000 real people with real lives. And I think that a lot of the discussion around this project, and a lot of the discussion around economic development as a whole, misses the forest for the trees. And what I mean by that is looking at our economy in Northern Virginia. We have a 2% unemployment rate. We heard the former mayor of Alexandria talking about our historically low unemployment rate. But there is what's known in economics as structural unemployment. That is the unemployment rate below which capitalism ceases to function. Because if the unemployment rate gets so low that you can always go find another job that pays more, they can't make any profit off of you. So we are currently below structural unemployment. And by continuing to add jobs and add jobs and add jobs, those jobs are not going to people that are already here. Those jobs are going to people that they are bringing here. And I've read the full memorandum of understanding with Amazon. There's absolutely nothing in that agreement that stops them from bringing in transfers. The only thing it says is they can't bring transfers in from elsewhere in Virginia. So we're bringing people in from Seattle, we're bringing people in from Texas, we're bringing people in from Pennsylvania, we're bringing people in from Maryland, who are going to be moving into Northern Virginia and competing for the same housing. And that is not a theoretical. That's not something that's in the future. I mentioned when I was introduced that my rent has already gone up. I signed a lease in May, and I checked the price of an identical unit in my building last week, and it is 18% higher before a shovel has touched the ground.
Wow.
So when I renew my lease in May, my rent will be at least 18% higher just for the announcement of Amazon. Not even their actual economic impact, because that hasn't happened yet. So we have a structural problem where politicians like me have an electoral advantage to talk about how many jobs they create, because that sounds really good on a headline. More jobs, more jobs, more jobs, but we don't have a joblessness problem. We have an affordability problem. And cramming more jobs into Northern Virginia makes that problem worse. It makes it worse. It makes it worse for the 99% of people who live here who will not be getting those jobs, especially for the people who currently work 2 and 3 jobs to make ends meet, who are going to have their rent go up and are going to have to find a 4th job or move farther away from DC and have a longer commute, spend more time on the roads and more time away from their family and struggle. And that is what's being lost in all of this, because we're looking at a couple of individual statistics. We are not looking at the overall economy.
Okay, next I want to talk to Nicole Merline. Now, I think Dwight said that she is running in the Democratic primary against Barbara Favola, right? So assuming you get to Richmond, you're there in the General Assembly, how would you vote? So they're about to vote on this in Richmond. Assuming you were there this year, how would you vote on the $550 million subsidy?
I would absolutely, so I would absolutely vote for this package. I think that especially, I am a fellow renter, so I...
Take the microphone.
you hear me better?
You should say that one more time.
Okay, so I would absolutely vote for this deal. As a lifelong Arlingtonian, I've grown up here my entire life as a renter, someone that grew up here, had to move back, be able to afford rent. Rent has been an issue for this entire region forever. When I moved here, my rent was, I'll be really open, $900 a month. Wow. It was wonderful. That was just a few years ago, not that bad. Now it's $1,400. This is not an Amazon problem, this is an affordable housing problem. It's a deep-rooted problem in our community. Will Amazon add to that problem? Absolutely. But within our growth markets. This is within Arlington's already planned growth